Right now, the CDC says they're learning more about how coronavirus spreads. We'll tell you why you might not need to use as many disinfectant wipes.
Plus, businesses are adopting new precautions to keep employees and customers safer. We're going to take a look at how some of those changes might not be temporary.
And you may not need the sunglasses as much today. I'll have the full forecast in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning. It is Thursday, May 21st. I'm Josh Breiter with Leah Linscheid and Chris Stanford. Breaking news overnight, Johns Hopkins University says there have now been more than 5 million confirmed cases of the coronavirus across the world. Now, this comes as the World Health Organization says more cases of coronavirus have been reported over the past 24 hours than any time since the outbreak began, with 106,000 new cases being reported. They also report almost 2/3 of them are in 4 countries: the United States, Russia, Brazil, and India.
Around the state, all 72 counties in Wisconsin are now reporting at least one confirmed case of the coronavirus. The Department of Health Services says there were nearly 600 new cases reported in the past 24 hours. That's by far the single biggest day increase since the pandemic began. 8% came back positive. There are now more than 13,600 cases statewide. The city of Racine is placing a ban on mass gatherings until August. The order affects festivals, block parties, and events on the beach. Any large event planned for the summer has to be approved by the health department. The ban does not apply, though, to smaller family gatherings, though the city is advising against those too.
Across the country, support for safer at home orders is actually falling. According to the latest poll from the AP and the NLRC Center, 60% of Americans remain in favor of stay-at-home orders, ones that require Americans to isolate inside. That is down 20% from last month. Now, according to The Hill, that loss of support comes largely from Republican voters. Last month, 70% of Republicans supported the orders. That number is now down to 45% this month. Democrats also showing a drop in support. Currently, 78% of Democrats support the order. Last month, it was 91%. Now, despite the dwindling support for safer at home orders, a majority of Americans say they're concerned about a possible second wave of the virus. 83% of poll takers say that they are at least somewhat concerned about the outbreak if restrictions are loosened. 54% say that they are very or extremely worried.
Some good news from the CDC on how exactly the virus spreads. Scientists say it's unlikely you'll catch COVID-19 from a contaminated surface or object. Health experts tell USA Today, though the virus can live on surfaces, that doesn't mean it's still infectious. Right now, they warn the main way the virus spreads is through person-to-person contact.
A Madison cleaning company is helping out local businesses to make sure that when they do reopen, they're properly cleaned. CleanMark has been donating their time to do this work. They've already helped disinfect about 75 local companies. Workers were just at Sanctify CrossFit in Madison, which is hoping to open as early as next week if the county allows. CleanMark's operations director says that they've been using health-grade disinfectant to make sure that everything's done right.
So typically beforehand, a cleaning company coming to a gym would use equipment wipes, disinfectant wipes, and things like that. When we're coming into here, we treat it as we would a healthcare facility or any facility that we're coming into. So it's just that comprehensive 4-level approach of enhanced disinfecting.
Staver adds that the company also brought in a third-party consultant who works with the CDC to train nearly 100 people on just how to properly disinfect.
So as states continue to relax their stay-at-home orders, we're starting to get a better grasp on what the so-called new normal might look like.
Grocery stores have implemented a lot of changes, a lot of them that you have noticed over the past 2 months. So Christina Laurie is here now to explain which of these changes could be here to stay. Good morning, Christina.
Hi, Chris and Leah. Industry experts say salad and hot bars are likely gone for good, but things like plexiglass barriers and sneeze guards are expected to stay. Managers at local grocery companies Hy-Vee and Metcalfe's agree that the biggest challenge moving forward will be maintaining in-store safety as well as the perception of it. For that reason, they expect stores to keep in place many policies. They say using self-service touchscreen checkout machines will become part of the new normal as shoppers prefer no-contact payment methods. Newer policies like one-way aisles to maintain social distancing shopping, and 1 cart per customer rules to reduce aisle traffic are expected to become permanent as well. At first, stores like Hy-Vee and Metcalfe's billed these modifications as temporary, but store managers said they quickly realized they just make sense and keep all of us safe. Grocery store owner Tim Metcalfe says that, quote, before the pandemic, many customers never questioned their health and safety while shopping. Now, according to a study from CNR Research, 60% of shoppers are fearful to shop at grocery stores. Metcalfe says his business is working hard to help people feel safe by constantly adapting to this new normal. Part of the new normal is more people shopping online. I'll talk about the permanent changes some chains are making to their online shopping systems to keep things running smoothly ahead at 5:30. Chris and Leah.
Christina Laurie, thank you very much.
6:05 right now, just a little sliver of sunshine out there this morning. It's kind of like a little bit of hope, but pretty cloudy out there.
It's a tease this morning, Josh, because clouds really are dominating the sky. Again, here's that sliver of light that Josh was talking about to the east this morning. But clouds have been moving into the area overnight, lifting from south to north. Now, that's not very typical for this part of the country, but that's what's happening overnight. Those clouds lifting into the area. They're not likely to go anywhere too fast today. Let's take a closer look and see what's happening here across southern Wisconsin. Under the cloud cover, it's actually quite mild. This morning, if you're stepping out the door, mid-50s right now, so a little bit warmer than it was this time yesterday. In places where the clouds have not reached yet, Camp Douglas, Wautoma, you're talking temperatures in the 40s this morning, so a little bit cooler with clear skies. Your future track forecast model has clouds in the area early today. We have a light easterly wind this morning. As we go through the morning into the afternoon, there may be a few breaks in that cloud cover from time to time. Best chance to see any significant sunshine will be north of Madison, but the clouds will likely stay put for many areas. Temperatures will still be in the 60s to around 70 degrees, very close to where we were yesterday, even despite the cloud cover. It's pretty normal for this time of the year. Clouds are going to stay in place as we go through the evening hours and into the overnight time frame. Here's your future track forecast model. If you're looking for that weekend forecast, timing out the rain chances still a little tricky, but there will be chances for rain. Going into the day on Saturday, likely starting off dry, but this rain continues to push eastward as we go through the day, and you can see that it covers most of the state, so it's going to be pretty hard to escape the rain chances on Saturday here in Wisconsin. Once again, we start out dry on Sunday as that rain comes to an end overnight, but rain builds in again through the day on Sunday, and again, it even reaches the Northwoods, so there will likely be rain at least every place a little bit on Sunday. Monday, a cold front will be working its way through the area, so we see our rain chances continue, especially in the southern part of the state. Total precipitation for the entire weekend could be over an inch, 1 to 2 inches here in southern Wisconsin. Lighter amounts as you head to the north, but you can see that most spots at least picking up some rain over the 3-day weekend. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Temperatures will at least be a little warmer. We'll add the humidity to the mix as well. Sunday will be the warmest day of the weekend with highs in the lower 80s.
Okay, thanks, Addie. Time right now is 6:07. Happening tomorrow, the world's largest Bratfest will be online. Starting at 6 in the morning, you can go to bratfest.com to purchase items off of a virtual menu. The menu includes a variety of brats, beers, and other beverages. Unfortunately, there are no actual brats this year. Proceeds of virtual purchases will go toward 120 nonprofit organizations who help put this all together and rely on the dollars raised at Bratfest each year. Festival sponsors will match the first $30,000 raised. Donors will receive a thank you certificate sent to their email, and if you donate more than $60, you'll get a limited edition t-shirt.
If you are going to miss the Bratfest like I am this year, here's another event for you to check out. People packed into the Duck Pond last night for opening night of a first-of-its-kind drive-in movie experience. On the big screen, the 2019 rendition of Aladdin. 100 vehicles were allowed in with other social distancing guidelines, including prepackaged snacks and drinks, all available through non-contact purchases.
So it's definitely a unique experience to be able to come to a local baseball field and park right where we play and watch a movie with your family and friends.
A whole new world. Get it? Get it?
Oh my.
Aladdin fun? That's all I got. Right now, there are also movies planned for every night through Memorial Day. Tonight, they're going to be screening Frozen 2. You can find the details and a link to tickets up on channel3000.com.
It's a new fantastic point of view. It really is.
Oh, that is good. Take a magic carpet ride over there? What do you think, Josh?
You guys need to stop it right
Keep it
now.
rolling.
You got
I
any
got
puns?
nothing. I got
Oh,
nothing.
come on. He's on vacation mode.
That's a lot of fun, though. I think it's been cool to see. I think a lot of these pastimes that we haven't really enjoyed for a long time, it's like those simple things, right? People are
Right.
getting back into it. So,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry I
great.
don't have anything to keep that going.
We'll be waiting. You think about it during the commercial
10
break.
minutes past 6 o'clock. Let's take a look at your traffic right now across Madison. No crashes to report. A few more delays popping up along East Washington Avenue in downtown and also up near the airport. But other than that, you shouldn't have any issues. If you're hopping on the Beltline this morning, closer look there. You shouldn't have any problems. Couple of slowdowns near Stoughton Road and Monona Drive, just the usuals on this Thursday. All right, coming up, we're getting a better look at the damage left behind after major flooding in Michigan.
And you'll want to be more suspicious of your Twitter feed when it comes to coronavirus content. We're talking about how many of those tweets are actually coming from robots instead of real people.
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning. We'll be back right after this.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
TSR Concrete Coatings is the nation's largest residential concrete coating company, proudly serving homeowners throughout Wisconsin. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than regular epoxy and won't chip, crack, or peel. They're impact resistant and UV stable. Our unique process begins with a base coat to seal cracks and level the surface, then flakes in the color pattern of your choice. A top coat is applied for a durable finished floor that can be installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to save 15% on your concrete coating project. Ask about 12 months, same as cash financing. TSR Nation is growing by the day with satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin, and we want you to be a part of it. As a special bonus, call during this program and receive a free TSR swag pack with your concrete coating project. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me.
So help me God.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
Welcome back. 6:13 now. The U.S. Coast Guard says it seized more than 2,000 pounds of cocaine this month while patrolling the eastern Pacific Ocean. The crew of the cutter Active offloaded the drugs Wednesday. Officials say that illegal cargo is worth around $37 million. The Coast Guard has joined other agencies in the fight against drug cartels in the eastern Pacific. The USS Theodore Roosevelt is back at sea this morning after recovering from a massive coronavirus outbreak on board. The Navy says the aircraft carrier lifted its anchor from Guam Wednesday and moved to the Philippine Sea. The outbreak began in March, leading to more than 1,000 sailors getting infected. The Navy says there are now fewer crew members on board, and they're practicing enhanced social distancing.
Starting today, the use of masks is now mandatory in public spaces in Spain. The country's Ministry of Health has ordered people over the age of 6 to wear masks in all public spaces, while social distancing cannot be guaranteed. Italy plans, meantime, to begin reopening its airports on June 3rd. The Italian transport minister says current interregional and international restrictions will end for public transport within the country. Non-essential flights have been suspended there since mid-March.
The CEO of United Airlines says he hopes to avoid staff cuts in the near future. Scott Kirby told shareholders he hopes to reach an agreement with the airline's unions to keep its 100,000 employees on the payroll. This after Congress passed a $50 billion bailout package to, in part, prevent airline job losses. Airlines who took the bailout money are not allowed to lay off or furlough workers before the end of September. Bookings are on a rebound for airlines, but it's not clear how long it'll take to return to last year's levels.
Developing right now in the Alert Center this morning, I've learned a powerful cyclone has now killed at least 20 people overseas. This is brand new video this morning showing the extensive damage of thousands of homes which have been destroyed, and most of the deaths that have been caused by collapsing walls and falling trees. Flash flooding is expected to continue today in both India and Bangladesh, and according to authorities, they've been working to evacuate millions of people. Those efforts, though, have been complicated by the coronavirus. Relief teams are trying to get people out safely while also keeping themselves healthy. Meanwhile, we're also getting a better look this morning at the damage left behind in Michigan after 2 dams broke, causing massive flooding. Rivers continued to rise overnight, with waters approaching 9 feet deep in some neighborhoods. 10,000 people have been forced from their homes. Officials say, fortunately, no one has died from the floods. The state is now looking at whether they qualify, or the quality of the dams, which were built in the 1920s, contributed to that devastation. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer will be on CBS this morning. 6:16 now. Thankfully, Hattie, we've had a few days to just kind of dry out after that wet stretch.
We definitely do. And take a look at this picture. Brenda sent this in this morning. This is the sunrise in Milton. Again, just that little sliver of sunrise, sunlight on the horizon. Mostly cloudy skies, it looks like, in Milton and across a good part of southern Wisconsin. Here's the view from our Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville this morning. Definitely cloudy there. Weather track showing you this low deck of clouds covering most of our viewing area. Now up to about the Dells. Areas north of the Dells, though, still looking at clear skies. Future track wind speeds today, they'll be from the east this morning, shifting a little bit more to the southeast this afternoon, and just like yesterday, increasing a bit. So if you're spending some time outside today, it'll be a little breezy through the afternoon with those wind speeds around 15 miles an hour. Day planner temperatures take us from the 50s this morning back into the low 70s this afternoon. Again, there's a chance that these clouds might start to break up a little bit later on today. Best chance would be north of Dane County. Coming up, we'll talk more about that weekend forecast and time out the chances for rain.
All right, thank you very much, Hattie. New research this morning says most of the tweets you're seeing about coronavirus aren't actually coming from real people. A team at Carnegie Mellon University says about 45% of the nearly 200 million tweets on the topic behave more like bots than actual humans. It's too early to tell who's responsible for the tweets, but they are aiming to cause division among Americans. Researchers behind the study tell NPR the bots are contributing to false narratives about the virus, like claiming a connection between 5G cell towers and COVID-19. The CDC is now advising doctors to test all newborns delivered to women with potential COVID-19 infections. Scientists say babies are most likely exposed to the virus through respiratory droplets from their moms. There have been reports of exposure during labor, but the data is still unclear. There's just not enough information out there yet. The CDC is suggesting babies be isolated from other infants and even temporarily separated from their mothers. They should also be tested within the first 24 hours after birth, and then again the next day if those first results were negative.
There's a newly proposed legislation on the table this morning that aims to provide a little economic relief for food supply workers. The Grocery Act would grant those workers 4-month federal tax holidays for hours worked between February and June 15th. The bill also asked the Treasury Secretary to extend the bill an additional 3 months if the crisis continues. Lawmakers behind the bipartisan effort say it's a way to give back and say thank you to some critically important frontline workers. Still no federal guidelines for how churches should proceed with reopening. The holdup? a disagreement between the CDC and the White House. According to the Washington Post, the president's administration is resistant to putting restrictions on religious institutions. They say issuing any restrictions on churches would violate the people's right to worship freely. Public health experts say that not issuing guidances on religious institutions could put some of the most vulnerable at risk of contracting COVID-19.
6 couples were given the chance to tie the knot in Rock County yesterday, despite the courthouse being closed due to COVID-19. Couples met at Beckman Mill in Rock County, where a court commissioner legally married them. Many of their original wedding plans had fallen through due to coronavirus, but they say they're glad to have the chance to move forward one way or another.
Took a lot. Basically everything we had got canceled because of the virus, and I just kind of stumbled across that the city of Janesville was doing this amazing thing, and I was just ready for her to be my wife and thought we'd take advantage of it.
The county is now not offering future marriage licenses until the courthouse is able to reopen.
All right, 6:20 and still ahead for us on this Thursday morning. How a Madison man is celebrating his favorite local businesses while he can actually visit them.
And coming up in the next half hour, we'll tell you why you not be able to visit some of your favorite spots around UW's campus this summer.
But 6:20 now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistaking it.
And it's our job to protect it.
Because the best people to fight for our communities
are those within them.
So if you've just bought a Volkswagen or were thinking of buying sometime soon, we're here to help with the community-driven promise.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
News 3 Now, your local headquarters for coronavirus facts and updates.
Just about 6:24 on your Thursday, and Lynn sent in this beautiful shot. Look at that color.
Boy, the yellows and the oranges of this one.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. We want to see what your morning looks like. Send us some pictures. Make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3 this morning.
We love it.
Oh, so we found something really cool we wanted to share with you. Madison businesses are starting to reopen, right? A lot of people can't wait to visit their favorite spots in their neighborhoods, so Aaron Williams is doing something pretty cool here. Check this out. He's a landscape architect who lives in the Monroe Street area. He says he's missed his favorite neighborhood spots during the quarantine, so he decided to pass the time by building Lego replicas. Each one took a couple of hours to perfect. He's been posting them on his Instagram page. You can read all about Williams' creations in this month's Madison Magazine.
Boy, I don't know, Chris. I think your kids are going to have to step it up if this is the bar being set by the Lego creators here.
It's a pretty high bar. My kids would no doubt lose most of these pieces within the first 20 minutes.
It's very impressive. You can tell exactly what those buildings are.
Yeah, I know, right? Hattie, where do all the Legos go? You give them Legos, and then half of them are gone.
But you'll find them with your feet in the morning.
You'll step on them somewhere in the dark, I'm sure, nonetheless. So, Josh, I'm sure you play with Legos when you were a kid?
Oh, all the time, yeah. And I know my parents would always get upset because, yeah, we'd leave them all over the house, and then we'd be stepping on them, and they're fun now. I'll give it that.
Boy.
Oh, those replicas look great. Okay, Hattie, how's the weather looking out there this morning?
Not bad this morning, but we don't have the sunshine that we had yesterday. But this is a cute picture. This is Emma in Brooklyn, ready to play with the ball. 70 degrees, probably don't need the hat today, but it is going to be a mild day across southern Wisconsin. Lots of clouds in the area. Take a look at Weather Track, and it's tough to see these low-level clouds on the infrared satellite picture, but that low deck of clouds is now covering about the southern 3 tiers of counties here in southern Wisconsin, so these clouds have been steadily working their way north. Not a lot of holes in that cloud cover either, so mostly cloudy skies today. Here's your Memorial Day weekend forecast. There are still chances for rain each day, no complete washouts. I think the best chances for rain will be in the afternoon and evening time frame each day.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. It is 6:26. Stay with us. The last half hour of News 3 Now this morning continues after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere and your super-size Sloan deal. Get 0% for 84 months or $195 per month on a John Deere 2025R. Get a John Deere now during Green Tag and power up with Sloan.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
Hospitality is not just a word at Bishops Bay Country Club. It's our way of life.
So every day we strive for perfection.
Memories are made here.
And not forgotten.
Come and experience why Bishops Bay Country Club is the premier country club in the Madison area.
Hey guys, it's Luke here, and I just want to send out even more support to all of our farmers out there.
I'm sure you've all seen in the recent news, but dairy farmers are under fire.
They're still working to make sure communities have fresh, nutritious food to keep us healthy during these uncertain times.
I'm married a Wisconsin girl, so you know we love our cheese curds. So make sure you support Wisconsin, America's dairy land, and all the dairy farmers there.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
The law offices of Gingras, Thompson, and Wachs are here to support our community through this challenging time. We thank everyone bringing invaluable services to our neighbors. The Gingras, Thompson, and Wachs team remains available to assist in any way.
Go-getters, run with Sloan. Save big on full and mid-size Gator XUVs at the John Deere Green Tag sales event, because taking the wheel shouldn't take you over budget. Get a John Deere Gator during Green Tag and powered up with Sloan.
Right now, we're tracking the very latest on an overnight shooting in Arizona. I'll have the late-breaking details from the Alert Center.
And a few changes to the upcoming forecast. More clouds in the area today. I'll tell you what that means for temperatures in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, May 21st. I'm Josh Breiter with Leah Lynchide and Chris Stanford. We want to start right away with some breaking news this morning. A suspect is now in custody after allegedly shooting 3 people in Arizona overnight. This all happened in the Westgate Entertainment District of Glendale just after 7:30 local time. That's about 15 miles away from Phoenix. We do know 1 victim is in critical condition right now, while the other 2 are expected to recover. Arizona State Senator Martin Quezada says he witnessed that shooting, tweeting shortly after it happened, saying the suspect used an AR-15. Now, police haven't confirmed what kind of weapon was used. The suspect hasn't been identified yet, and I'm tracking the latest on this developing story, and we'll bring you an update as soon as I learn more.
Some of your favorite spots on the campus of UW-Madison will not be accessible this summer. The university's new regulations impact Union Terrace, Alumni Park, the Arboretum, and Bascom Hill. While on campus grounds, you'll have to stay at least 6 feet away from people you don't live with. Occupancy limits will need to be followed, and you will not be allowed to enter places that are blocked off by fences, gates, or other barriers. Now, take a look at this map here. Here's where those barriers are. You can see the red lines blocking the terrace between Park and Langdon Streets, with access to Alumni Park also blocked off. The university will enforce this through education and communication at first, but if folks don't comply after that, they could be given a ticket.
We're hoping to get better news from the DHS this morning after seeing the biggest single-day increase in confirmed cases since the start of the pandemic. 8% of tests came back positive yesterday. That's 3% more than the day before. A new multi-million-dollar contact tracing effort will try to follow those confirmed cases to see who else could be at risk. Thanks to this new funding, the state's already hiring more people to fill that role.
Developing right now and following new data just into the newsroom this morning. New estimates show at least 36,000 lives could have been saved if lockdowns had started just 1 week earlier here in the States. You can see that right here on this model from the New York Times this morning. If cities started social distancing efforts 2 weeks earlier on March 1st, about 83% of deaths could have been avoided. Now that comes out to around 54,000 lives. These new estimates come from Columbia University. That data suggests as states reopen, the outbreaks can easily get out of control unless infections are closely monitored, and flare-ups are immediately squashed.
6:32 right now. Data from the New York Times also showing this morning that Illinois is now the only state in the Midwest with a statewide stay-at-home order still in place. But the state is starting to enter the final phases. Bars and restaurants are getting the green light now to reopen in just over a week. That's only if they can serve their customers outdoors, though. It's part of Phase 3 of Governor J.B. Pritzker's reopening plan. This phase also allows hair salons and tattoo parlors to reopen. Gyms and health clubs will only be allowed to have one-on-one training inside or group classes held outside. This all starts next Friday.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission is postponing a final vote on mailing absentee ballot applications to registered voters in Wisconsin. The commission talked about the $2.1 million plan into the night, but the proposal failed on a deadlocked 3-3 vote. Federal stimulus money would fund the plan. If it's approved, 2.7 million voters across the state would receive applications. Meanwhile, the president is threatening to withhold funding from Michigan for executing a similar plan. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson is sending all of Michigan's 7.7 million registered voters an absentee ballot application. In a tweet, the president called the policy illegal, though it isn't, not on a state or a federal level.
President Trump will visit Michigan today to speak with black leaders. Black folks in Michigan right now represent 31% of COVID-19 cases and 40% of deaths in the state. They only make up, though, 14% of the population. The state ranks 7th nationwide in coronavirus deaths per capita. And a new poll out this morning shows that the president is struggling to earn support from black voters. Take a look at these new numbers just in this morning from a new Quinnipiac University poll. 81% of black people say that they would vote for Joe Biden, and only 3% would vote for President Trump. 13% aren't sure. Now, this gap narrows when we look at the big picture about how all voters would register their ballots in November. Joe Biden still holds a lead with 50% support, while the president comes in at 39%. 9% would vote for someone else, or they aren't sure.
6:34 right now. Mother Nature being kind of a tease on this Thursday. Just a little sliver of that sunshine. It's been like that all day.
Yeah, this low deck of clouds in place, just allowing for just a little bit of light this morning. Not going to see a lot of sunshine in the forecast today, unfortunately. This is why. Clouds continue to work their way northward across the area. You can see that steady progress. The leading edge of those clouds now past the Dells, so just our extreme northern viewing area under clear skies at this hour. Why are these clouds moving up from the south? Well, this is why. That storm system that we've been talking about all week has actually retrograded or moved back towards the west. Typically, weather patterns and storms move from west to east across the country, but this one, cut off from the main flow, is actually being allowed to move a little bit backwards, and so we're seeing some of those clouds and that moisture move back into southern Wisconsin. Good news, we're not talking about any rain from these clouds today, but it is going to be a little cloudy. Temperatures under the cloud cover are quite mild. Across the upper Midwest, 56 in Des Moines, as well as Springfield. Chicago's close to 60. We're in the mid-50s as well here in Madison. A closer look at southern Wisconsin, and these are the numbers early today. We have temperatures that are generally in the mid-50s. Boscoville, one of the warmer spots, at 57. Does drop about 10 degrees in Camp Douglas, though, to 47, where skies are clear this morning. Your Future Track forecast model doing a pretty good job showing you that cloud cover this morning, pretty thick across the area. There may be a few breaks in the cloud cover from time to time, but really the best chance for sun will be north of Madison. You see this afternoon, most of us under cloudy skies. Temperatures, though, still in the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees, about where they were yesterday. Those clouds are going to hang around through the evening, so temperatures will stay in the 50s overnight. Another mild start to tomorrow. That extended forecast, well, we have not made many changes, just tweaking temperatures here and there. Still looking like there will be chances for rain each day this upcoming weekend. No complete washouts. I think the best chance for those showers and thunderstorms will be in the afternoon and evening time frame.
All right, Hattie. Thanks. As the state of Wisconsin and Dane County start to lift restrictions, many people and businesses are working hard to figure out what that new normal is going to look like.
Grocery stores among those innovating the fastest. Christina Laurie is checking out which changes are here to stay. Hi, Christina.
Good morning, Leah and Chris. Fewer trips and bigger bills. That's expected to become the new normal for grocery shoppers moving forward, as a new normal has been established at grocery stores over the past 2 months, largely out of fear. On average, people used to take an average of 2.5 trips to the store before the outbreak. Now that's down to only 1 trip a week. Stores like local giant Hy-Vee are seeing more shoppers go online. The company says demand for its Aisles Online program has grown significantly over the past 10 weeks, and it's now making changes to expand permanently. Managers there say that even after our Safer at Home order officially expires, they will keep in place the policy of reserving the first hour of the day for at-risk shoppers inside its physical stores. They'll also continue to limit interaction between customers and employees and keep plexiglass barriers up, as well as one-way aisle restrictions. We're also hearing this morning from Tim Metcalf, the owner of the Wisconsin-based chain. He says that while he has been doing this for a long time and, quote, there has been change in the past, it's always been slow and methodical, centered on trying to leapfrog the competition. Now, he says he's seen more changes in the industry in the past 2 months than he has in the past 50 years. Overall, Metcalf says that if the pandemic has taught him one thing, it's that communication is key. All of us need to be on the same page, from business owners like Tim to the essential workers he employs to all of us shoppers. We need to look out for each other, put safety first, and anticipate constant change. And really, that's the bottom line for everything going on right now, Chris and Leah.
Yeah, some good advice there. Christina Laurie, thank you very much. Renters around the state will be able to tap into a new $25 million program to help cover costs during the pandemic. The Wisconsin Rental Assistance Program will help residents pay their rent. It'll also help cover security deposits and other services for folks who are eligible. The program is funded by the Federal CARES Act. Some more money from the CARES Act will be going toward helping farmers. The new Wisconsin Farm Support Program includes a $50 million investment to give direct payments to our farmers. An extra $15 million will go toward a food insecurity initiative that helps fight hunger across the state. The Wisconsin Department of Revenue is working with major ag groups to determine who's eligible for that money.
The effects of the pandemic are putting a local nonprofit in a real tough spot. Dane County Habitat relies on volunteers to build homes, so construction has really slowed down. They'll finish the fiscal year 2 homes short of their goal. It's a big problem because they have 20 families waiting right now to move into homes that haven't been finished.
They've already told their landlords they're moving out. They've already told their kids, you're going to get a new school, you're going to get your own bedroom, we're going to get you a pet.
So there's another problem as well. Many families already in Habitat homes are struggling to make their mortgage payments. So tonight on News 3 Now at 6, see how a new relief program is already making life easier for these families, and we'll share how you can help.
You've done a lot of work with Habitat, so you know how important they are to these families, especially in these uncertain times.
Yeah, what I like about Habitat is that they give these families a hand up, not a hand out. These families have to work to get into these homes. They have to take classes to become financially responsible. They have to put in sweat equity hours into other people's homes and their own home, and they're in a really good spot and they're better positioned to succeed once they get into these houses. So Habitat could really use your help right now. Again, look for that report tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn to traffic this morning. 6:40 is your time right now. If you're heading out the door, you shouldn't have any issues across Dane County. Rock County looking good as well. There's your drive times, everything looking normal. Let's take a live look outside. Just about 6:41 right now. As we've been talking about, there's a little bit of sunshine right there. Kind of a tease, though. We have a mostly cloudy day on the way. It's going to be pretty nice, though, temperature-wise. Hattie will have your forecast coming up.
And who needs Google when you got this guy? We're going to show you how this dad is stepping up to help you out with your everyday questions and his touching backstory. That's when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Year-rounders run with Sloan's at the John Deere Green Tag sales event because seasons change, but your workload doesn't. Get $300 off and 12 months, no interest. Get a John Deere X350 during Green Tag and powered up with Sloan's.
This 120-year-old building holds the most beautiful bicycle store in the world, Machinery Row Bicycles. Machinery Row Bicycles has Wisconsin's largest selection of Trek Bike Path bikes, Trek Kids, and Trek Road bicycles. New Trek mountain bikes will start under $390. Hundreds of accessories include free installation, free adjustments, kickstands, and quality service are all included in your Machinery Row Trek bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
Call and ask about a free estimate from Cardinal Heating Sun Prairie.
Give us a call at Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning, putting your comfort first.
We're back.
We got our to-go food. Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Guardians of the Grass Run with Sloan. Save big on select Z-Track mowers at the John Deere Green Tag sales event. This Green Tag sales event won't last forever. Get a John Deere Z-Track during Green Tag and
A local nonprofit helped them become homeowners, but the COVID-19 crisis is making it tougher to keep up.
We're concerned about our finances. Where's everything going?
News 3 Now's Chris Stanford explores the challenges facing nonprofits and the people they serve. Tonight at 6.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way
And your family's safety is on the line.
our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Even with Google seemingly having all of the answers to our everyday questions, it's always nice to give mom or dad a call when you need help.
You know, but for folks who have lost a parent or who don't have that relationship with their folks, hasn't been possible really. So now there is a dad on YouTube who's really popular who has changed that. Rob Kenny's dad himself, it left him and his siblings when he was 14 years old. So he never had that figure to call when he wanted to know, say, how to change a tire or how to unclog the sink.
Now a father himself, he wants to give people like him some dad advice. His YouTube channel, Dad How Do I, now has more than 1.2 million subscribers this morning. Rob will help you fix running toilets, hang a shelf, check your car's oil, and even help you shave your face. And guys, I think this is just incredible because I know like my dad's always the first one I call whenever I have a question about really anything. So I think this is great.
Okay, Chris is hands down the ultimate handy dad. What would you ask for help for? Anything?
Yeah, any car stuff. I've always got to take my car in somewhere. I can't do car stuff myself. But I'm looking forward to the day that my kids will ask me how to do things instead of just doing them for them.
Assuming they know what they're doing.
Yeah, right now it's Dad, can you? I would love for the question to be, Dad, how do I?
Invaluable advice. Right there.
That's good stuff. So yeah, check him out. It's Dad How Do I on YouTube.
A lot of mom, how do I in your household, I'm thinking, Hattie, right?
Well, Mom, can you do this?
Yeah, okay.
Chris is right. Can you just do this for me, Mom?
Yeah.
Make this, do that. But our forecast for today calls for clouds. I wish I could give you more sunshine today, but we are going to start with cloudy skies and stick with those clouds through most of the day. Temperatures are in the 50s, so at least under that cloud cover, it's a little milder this morning. 54 here in Madison, 55 in Janesville and Platteville. Boscoville's the warm spot this morning at 57. Our winds are light from the east. They'll be shifting around a little bit today. Southeasterly winds will be the case through the afternoon. And just like yesterday, they'll increase a little bit as well to around 15 miles an hour. So at times, feeling a little breezy. Temperatures will still be on the mild side, even despite the cloud cover today. We should top near 70 degrees later on this afternoon. That's pretty normal for this time of the year. Here's a look at that Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up. We are going to warm things up across Wisconsin. Temperatures in the southern part of the state will be close to 80. We'll add some humidity into the mix, and we're still talking chances for rain each day as well.
All right, Hattie, thank you. Well, as we do every day here on News 3 Now this morning, we want to take a moment to thank our first responders. Today, we're giving a shout out to Laura and her coworkers. They're all part of UW's COVID-19 testing station. Great shot of them there. Thank you for all that you do.
A popular summertime event is coming to your living room. Coming up, we're going to tell you how you can watch concerts on the square tonight. That's coming up in the Morning Sprint.
But first, it's Thursday, May 21st already. We want to say happy birthday to Molly and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Garden mats eliminate 90% of the time spent working in the garden and increase a garden's productivity by 10 to 20%. Garden mats let air and water through, but block sunlight. The pre-measured holes make planting a breeze. We help people grow 100% organic vegetables, weed-free. Garden mats give us our summers back to do the things we love. Go to gardenmats.com.
Carrier
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? A cool breeze on a scorching day, a cozy corner on a cold night, or knowing every room of the house is as inviting as the next. Comfort means more than just the temperature, and the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, like cool cash rebates of up to $1,650. Carrier, turn to the experts.
At our Albire showroom in Cambridge, serving South Central Wisconsin for over 60 years.
In the Mount Horeb area, call Olson Heating and Cooling.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by attorney Andrew Van Arsdale.
For decades, survivors of childhood sexual abuse were told it was too late for them to seek justice. No more. Statute of limitations prohibited organizations like the Catholic and Mormon churches, public and private school systems, Boy Scouts, and other youth organizations from being held accountable. No more. Call us today for a free confidential consultation. We're helping abuse survivors across the country say no more. Let us help you too.
Call 1-800-816-0723.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
6:50, time for the morning sprint.
We start with an update to breaking news overnight. A suspect is in custody after allegedly shooting 3 people in Arizona. It happened in the Westgate Entertainment District of Glendale just after 7:30 local time. That's around 15 miles away from Phoenix. We do know 1 victim is in critical condition while the other 2 are expected to recover. Arizona State Senator Martin Quezada says he witnessed the shooting. Police haven't confirmed what kind of weapon was used, and the suspect hasn't been identified yet.
Some of your favorite spots on UW-Madison's campus won't be accessible this summer. The university's new regulations impact the Union Terrace, Alumni Park, the Arboretum, and Bascom Hill. While on campus grounds, you'll have to stay at least 6 feet away from people you don't live with. Occupancy limits will be needed to be followed, and you won't be allowed to enter places that are blocked off by fences, gates, or other barriers.
Here's where those barriers are. Take a look. You can see the red lines blocking the terrace between Park and Langdon Streets, with access to Alumni Park also blocked off. The university will enforce this first through education and communication, but folks who don't comply after that could be given a ticket.
As states relax safer at home orders, we're starting to get a better grasp on what the so-called new normal might look like at grocery stores. Grocery stores have implemented some of the most noticeable changes over the past 2 months. Many of those are here to stay. Managers at Hy-Vee and Metcalf say customers should expect touchless checkouts to become a part of the new normal, as shoppers prefer no-contact payment methods. Newer policies like one-way aisles to maintain social distancing and 1 cart per customer rules to reduce aisle traffic are expected to become permanent as well, as are expanded online grocery delivery options and the mandate that all employees wear masks. At first, these changes were billed as just temporary, but store managers say they quickly realized they just make sense.
Thank you, Christina. We're hoping to get better news from the DHS this morning after seeing the biggest single-day increase in confirmed cases since the start of the pandemic. A new multi-million-dollar contact tracing effort will try to follow those confirmed cases to see who else could be at risk. Thanks to that new funding, the state is already hiring more people to fill that role.
New estimates this morning show at least 36,000 lives could have been saved if lockdowns had started just 1 week earlier here in the States. Take a look at this model from the New York Times. If cities started social distancing efforts 2 weeks earlier on March 1st, about 83% of deaths could have been avoided. That comes out to around 54,000 lives. These figures figures are coming from Columbia University researchers.
Phase 1 of Rock County's reopening plan starts today. That means libraries, religious spaces, restaurants, and retail stores can open up to 25% of their capacity. Salons and spas can also open as long as people have an appointment. No walk-ins are allowed.
President Trump will visit Michigan today to speak with black leaders. Black folks in Michigan represent 31% of the COVID-19 cases and 40% of deaths in the state, but only make up 14% of the population. The state ranks 7th nationwide in coronavirus deaths per capita. And a new poll out this morning shows that President Trump is struggling to earn support from black voters. Take a look at these new numbers just in this morning from a new Quinnipiac University poll. 81% of blacks say that they'd vote for Joe Biden. Only 3% would vote for President Trump. 13% aren't sure.
That gap narrows when we take a look at how all voters say they would vote. Biden still holds a lead with 50% of the support compared to Trump's 39%. 9% would vote for someone else or still aren't sure. President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, will be released from prison today. He's expected to serve out the rest of his sentence at home as COVID-19 cases continue to spread quickly inside prisons. He's still serving a 3-year sentence in New York after pleading guilty to lying to Congress, tax charges, and 2 campaign finance charges.
An update to a story I've been following since yesterday. A dam that broke this week in Michigan has been the target of lengthy federal investigations over safety violations. 2 dams broke Tuesday after several days of rainfall and rising water. 10,000 people had to evacuate their homes. The Michigan governor will be on CBS this morning after declaring a state of emergency to help manage the crisis.
Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson's investigation into Joe Biden's son will continue. A Republican-led Senate panel has approved his subpoena request. Johnson will look into a consulting firm that worked with Burisma. That's the Ukrainian company that Hunter Biden was on the board of. President Trump was impeached for asking the president of Ukraine to investigate the Bidens in Burisma in July of 2019. The Bidens have denied the allegations.
The Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra will present a digital concert tonight. Here's the information. You can watch a recorded pre-broadcast of one of their most popular Concerts on the Square performances. It starts at 7:30. You can watch it online for free at WCOconcerts.org. WCO delayed its concert series by 5 weeks because of the pandemic, but Concerts on the Square is set to kick off just a little bit later on Tuesday, July 28th.
Just about 6:56. Final look at traffic for your Thursday. No real problems out there. No crashes to report. Just a few delays near Stoughton Road and downtown. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast, starting with cloudy skies this morning across southern Wisconsin. Looks like we are going to keep those clouds through most of the day today as well. There may be a few breaks later on this afternoon. Best chance to see that sunshine will be north of Madison. Here's a closer look at where we start this morning. We are in the 50s early today. Our temperatures are going to climb back into the low 70s this afternoon. So even though we have a little bit of cloud cover, it's still going to be rather mild through the day today. Our forecast then as we head through the rest of the time frame into the weekend calls for warming temperatures.
Thanks, Hattie. See you tomorrow.